Honorable Chair, let me thank Mr. Richmond Siakurima for that question. Indeed, we are very happy as Zimbabwe to have approved the National AI Strategy. But of course, it's our trust within the Ministry of ICT to make sure that we bridge the rural and urban divide. And what we have put in place within the AI strategy is for us to have a rural audit, AI audit, whereby we really find out our state of preparedness in terms of the adoption of AI within the rural population. I'm sure before we approved the AI strategy, we had the readiness assessment methodology report which was presented, which we collaborated together with the UNDP. And there we then noted areas of concern. And we then noted that there are issues to do with digital literacy, which we need to do. And we've done that through our digital centers. And like what you said, you mentioned the issue of electricity. What we need to do is to make sure that we have got access to at least some power. And that we've done by solarizing our digital centers. Our digital centers are working as hubs within the various communities that we reside from. And these digital centers are going to assist us in digital literacy and also access to digital tools within various communities. We have also realized that there is need for us to be very deliberate in terms of the tools. And therefore, we need to come up with a package on our plan that we have for devices for all. We want to make sure that we've got a plan which will also satisfy the rural population in terms of access. The access to tools has been done by us even working together with other various institutions who have already started manufacturing and also assembling various tools, which includes our laptops and our phones. We really want to appreciate the likes of Bindura University, the likes of even HIT, and even our very own CITO, which is already in the plan of making sure that we have got access to these digital tools. We have also realized that there is need for us to look and work on partnership. Partnership is going to be assisting us. We cannot be able to achieve an AI revolution as a country in isolation as government. We need to work together with various players, and these are going to assist us in making sure that we've got the resources for us to be ready for the AI revolution. So in terms of the tools, in terms of the literacy, even in terms of the infrastructure, we are very deliberate. Right now, we are glad that we have started having low Earth orbit satellites, the likes of Starlinks, actually making sure that our rural population has got access to connectivity. But we still need to do more. We're expanding. As our report today, we even presented that we've even started deploying base stations in various areas of the country. So that is to be done by us making sure that we have access to connectivity, especially in the rural areas. We will continuously, as government, make efforts to make sure that we have good connectivity in our rural areas, that will also enable our people in the rural areas to have connectivity. Just to also conclude, we have got various initiatives within our AI strategy that are very deliberate for us to make sure that the rural population is really satisfied in terms of AI adoption. And I really want to assure you that our AI strategy is from 2026 to 2030, and we are very positive that we are going to make sure that no one is left behind in terms of AI adoption. Thank you. I also thank Madam Slita for that question, which is quite important. Indeed, the tower relocation program was a strategy that we deployed for us to be able to make sure that we bridge the digital divide. And for us to achieve that, we then came up with regulations which most of our telco players are supposed to comply with. I'm sure you are aware of SI 153, which we presented, I'm sure, last year, 2025, this year. I'm sure you realize that on that SI 153, it also speaks into penalties being leveled to our telco players if they don't comply to some of the regulations that we put in place. This is quite important for us to make sure that at least they safeguard the interests of the consumers, and at the same time they also comply to our regulations within the broadband mapping plan. We also then went on to launch the broadband mapping program this year. I don't know why I'm thinking we're now in next year, my apologies. We went on to launch it in August. this year. The broadband mapping exercise is supposed to identify where the gaps are and be able to also realize where there are more towers, and then we can then be able to relocate. So it's about regulations, and it's also about us coming up with a mechanism to also guide the telco players on what they're supposed to do. And thirdly, we are also using the Universal Services Fund, which is administered by porters. And we are also using the Universal Services Fund, which is administered by porters. The Universal Services Fund is also responsible for also relocating all these towers. So we have done that, and to date this year, we've managed to relocate more than 50 towers. And we still say it's still a process that we still need to continue doing. Need be that we get more resources, we'll be able to make sure that we have more towers being relocated. But I agree with you that you will find out that at times you will find 3 or 4 towers in certain areas. We are working on that, and we believe that it's a process that we really want to make sure that at least we have 1 tower on each and every location. I saw some.